The Berejiklian government's carrot to regular Sydney toll road users of free vehicle registration is to cost taxpayers more than $550 million over the next decade. Weeks after the scheme was announced, the half-yearly budget review released on Thursday shows the so-called Rego rebate is forecast to cost $162 million over the next 4 years. Using the government's forecast of it rising by $5 million a year, the cost to the state over the next 10 years will surpass $550 million if the scheme remains in place as expected. The Greens and independent transport experts say the assumptions made about the number of motorists who will apply for the rebate over the coming years are conservative, given major toll roads under construction in Sydney such as West Cokes and North Cokes will be progressively opened by 2023. If that is the case, the final cost to the state over the next decade may be much higher. The Greens transport spokeswoman Mary Farragher said the forecast in the forward estimates would cover only a small fraction of the cars using toll roads in Sydney, let alone account for the hundreds of thousands that will be forced onto new toll roads if this government's plans go ahead. The tens of millions this government is spending on this scheme must be spent on making public transport cheaper, she said. Like the cashback scheme on Sydney's M5 Southwest Toll Road, the Rego rebate will be politically difficult for either a coalition or Labor government to wind back in the coming years. Premier Gladys Berejiklian unveiled the scheme in November after months of pressure from the opposition over the reintroduction of tolls on a widened section of the M4 between Parramatta and Homebush. Ms. Berejiklian acknowledged at the time that the rebate would be a growing cost to government but said we can afford it. The Rego rebate for eligible New South Wales motorists who spend $25 a week, or $1,300 a year, or more on tolls will save most motorists who apply $358 a year on registration costs, and some up to $715. Labor's transport spokeswoman Jodie McKay described it as a half-baked policy and questioned the fairness for motorists of having to spend $1,300 a year before they were eligible. Furthermore, everyone in the state is being asked to foot the bill for what in the end is light relief for motorists, she said. Either way the taxpayer loses. But a spokesman for Treasurer Dominic Perrottet said the New South Wales government was in a strong economic position to deliver this cost of living measure for motorists. With 5 of Sydney's 7 toll roads introduced by Labor, we're helping drivers pay for Labor's tolling policies, he said. The Rego scheme will be available for standard privately registered cars, utes, four-wheel drives and motorcycles from July the 1st, but not trucks or other vehicles weighing more than 27.95 kilograms. It will be backdated to allow motorists to claim free vehicle registration if they spend $25 a week or more from July the 1st this year. The cost to the New South Wales taxpayer of refunding motorists who drive on the M5 has surpassed $1.5 billion since it was introduced by the Carr Labor government in the 1990s, and threatens to top another $1 billion over the next 10 years as refunds to motorists for tolls surge.